Morning, Chef Leon. What are you making?
Uts and raisins, boy.
Morning, Zach. How are you?
I'm good. I'm waiting for my porridge from my BX.
Is Leon making your porridge for you?
Yeah.
My boobs are well sore when you do that.
How is it?
Very dry. Leon's baking. I'm stirring the dough. These dried raisins are the moistest thing in this breakfast. That's how dry it is.
Tomorrow, where you have breakfast?
I think you should.
So, talk me through what's going down today.
We're going to do lots of training. We're going to do a pacing workout.
Lovely.
We're going to do barbell cycling.
Yeah.
We're going to do sprint work.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lovely EMOM to finish.
Yeah.
We're going to go through some butterfly technique.
Yeah.
We're going to hopefully get some people's first ring muscle up and bar muscle up.
Yep.
And we're going to get...
bar muscle up.
Yes, Sonny's first bar muscle up, he would do straight away. Literally, you'll tell him in 2 minutes.
You taught me to ring muscle up, didn't you?
Yeah. So it'd be epic to get a handful of people's first ring or bar muscle up. It'd be cool.
My first bar muscle.
Your first bar, I think, right? You know yours.
And me and Sonny are going head to head on Grace.
I am very excited for today to see Zach smash it. I think I'm probably going to learn quite a lot as well because I always train with Zach, but I've not done a class. What have I? I've not done. Never done anything with you other than him going, John, do this instead, or do that instead. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to beating Zach at handstands again.
Oh, we'd having a take two?
Yeah, of course.
Hey Leon.
Yeah.
Are you ready to let the dogs out?
Always.
For that stance.
Great start.
So we're back, day 2. I was speaking to Jendrick, who's actually one of the nicest guys I think I've possibly ever met. Oh, come on, light. If you saw, it'll either be in this video or the last one, depends how I edit these. Bless him, he bought us those baby grows just for no apparent reason other than being nice. Grensgänger basically means to break barriers or to step over the border. And where Grensgänger is CrossFit, it's like in the middle of east and west where the wall would have been, and that's why it's called Grensgänger. Zach's a bad man. He started it off with barbell therapy. Like I told you, I think in the last video, it must have been the last video, everyone's basically getting mobile again from yesterday, getting warmed up, loosening off those tight muscles, getting the blood flowing around, a bit of mobility, barbell therapy. Sonny's just asked to go with Leon, which means they're going to be in pain, so I'm going to set the camera right in their face.
Alright, so we're going to do about 3.5, 4 minutes on this leg, change over, and then we'll change partner. Alright, another 30 seconds on the same leg.
That is exactly the same place for you.
I need a pillow. Alright, so I'll move it around, dig a little deeper.
Oh my god.
Make sure your arms straight, keep that arm straight, big boy.
I think I pooed a little.
Alright, and you can apply a little bit of pressure right in the meatiest part of the lat.
There's a lot of meat there, isn't there?
Yeah. With John, there's not much there.
Hey!
You can go a little bit lower and you can dig the heel directly into the lat, which won't be as painful. Just move it around, but the most painful bit will be on the biggest part of the lat, applying pressure straight down. So I'm not doing hardly any pressure.
It's making me sweat.
Alright, so once you've got it in there, we're going to hold it, I'll tell you, we're going to hold it for a minute.
How you doing, boys?
Yeah, nailing it.
We're both terrible at this.
You both have got rotator cuffs of
Look. Steel. Me and Sonny's words were live by the sword, die by the sword.
No stretching's going to catch up with you at some point.
So stay nice and tight, use that power of the hips, come through the bar. Alright, I want everyone to do 2 sets of 10 before we go into any sort of pull-up.
warm-up and mobility done, which was needed after Sonny's seminar yesterday. The first part of training we're doing today is Zach is taking everyone through a pacing workout. He's basically split the session up into segments of things that he does through his week and why. First one's pacing. It's set up for different people. If you're more advanced, you're going to do butterfly pull-ups, you're going to do more wall balls and more burpees. Effectively, it's 20 wall balls, 15 overbar burpees, and 20 pull-ups, I believe. Short break. The idea is to get the same pacing on each round, because a lot of CrossFit is obviously about, someone like Katrin Davidsdorff does amazingly, is she's brilliant at pacing. It's very rarely does the person who starts the workout first finish first, because they go off too hard and they kind of die. So it's about knowing your body, being able to pace of what you can do, and that's really important, because if you go into competition and you know what row pace you can hold, you can stick to that. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing, because you know what the best you can perform at is, rather than trying to keep up with everyone else and then kind of crushing and dying. me. Finish with me. Come on, mate. That's hard. I pulled a Linda on the first workout of the day. I did a Zach at regionals on Linda, went out like a rocket and killed myself, and now I am absolutely paying for it. I'm going to tell him in a minute that I pulled a Linda and see what his face says. I pulled a Linda on the first workout.
You went too hard, did he?
I pulled a Linda.
Yeah. Were your times big difference?
Well, no, 1 second.
Oh, that's good.
On to barbell cycling. We've had a little look at snatching, as in when it's a super lightweight for lower reps, you're going to muscle snatch. For example, Randy, which is 75 snatches for time at 45 kilos for guys. Zach will say the first three quarters of the WOD he'll do muscle snatch, then he'll switch to power, just because a little bit of fatigue and it's just not quite as fast, and just showing people how to do the power snatch. Leon, can you show, can you show people for me? Or I can do it on this one if you want. Yeah, if you're in the middle of a WOD and you're power snatching, you want it to be nice and fast and fluid, whereas the Sonny does his Olympic lifts, he wants it to be rigid, so just step back so the barbell doesn't hit you. If he's power snatching, he's going to come, hold, whereas if you're doing it in a WOD, it's going to be much more. So it's not that pause, you just follow it straight up. Obviously Zach does it a lot better than me and it looks a lot smoother and it's even less of a dip, but I think you get the gist. It's just every time you do that power and stop, you probably lose half a second a rep. If you're doing that on Randy, it's 75 reps, you're going to lose at least 10 seconds by the end of the WOD, and it's those small things that make you finish faster or win or lose. And I think that's what Zach's really homing in here, because a lot of the people can do all the movements and they're like barbell stuff and they're good, but this is the difference between someone who goes to regionals and gets really good times. It's just these little split second differences that save you a long time and also let you fatigue a lot less as well. Okay, fun time. Sunny and Zach are gonna go head to head. Zach has a time of like 1 minute 19, so we're certainly not expecting Sonny to win this. Very different type of training for him. Like I said earlier, with the jerks and the powers, he's normally stops and then comes under, but hopefully he can do all right. I think he's a little bit nervous about this one. You need to go unbroken PR. Yeah.
Which is a daunting thought.
How you feeling about this one, buddy?
Yeah, excited.
See what happens, eh? Just give it your all.
I need to practice this technique again a sec, really. Feels so alien for me.
Well, it's very different, isn't it?
It's the lowering it down bit, but and it was funny when he goes, right, you do it how you want to lower it, and then do it like he'll do it how he lowers it, and then I noticed like I was like probably a rep already behind him after 4 reps.
Monster! That's epic. Happy with that?
Yeah, I feel like if I had better technique, because I don't feel
comfortable with it.
Yeah.
That's fast though, mate. Below 2 minutes. Boom.
A lot of pain for 1 second.
It's all quads, isn't it, I think?
Calves.
Oh, yeah, for you.
Yeah. 1 second, that's it.
Oh, you got PB?
Yeah.
116.
Yeah. Whoever grabs it wins, whoever loses does 5 burpees. Alright? 5.
Lunch is done. Zach, well, we always did a Q&A, which was brilliant. It was really nice to talk to everyone. Zach is crushing this seminar. I'm really proud of him. This is really good. I'm not saying that because he's one of my best mates. I would pay come and do this, it's brilliant. He's really doing a good job, and I think people are having a lot of fun. Next up, quick warm up, then we're going into gymnastics. Hopefully we can see some people do their first ring muscle ups and bar muscle ups. I want to do some ring muscle ups today because they scare me a little bit sometimes, because I have a lot of mobility that I can go through the rings. And it's just something that if you let go and you keep avoiding it because it intimidates you, then you don't get any better at it. So we've got to jump back on it.
Hey, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
I'll take that.
Yeah, very good. Enjoying this. I've met him. That one. Is that the first one you won, something?
Yeah. I was like, there's no way I'm doing any more burpees.
This position, and then they come back down. That's because when you have neutral grip, the transition has to be a lot more aggressive and faster. Alright, you don't literally let go of the rings, but you let go slightly, and then you get into that position. So again, false grip, your hands over the rings, it's easier to transition into the ring dip. When you have neutral grip, you can get more reps, but that transition has to be a lot more aggressive and fast. What we're going to do is lean back, make sure you maintain that false grip. The higher you stand up, the easier it is. If you want to make it slightly harder, bring your legs further forward. You're going to maintain that false grip, and you're just going to pull to your chest, and then down.
This shoulder did grace, finished, now 7 out of 10.
What, pain?
Yeah.
Let's try release it off. Well, I heard your elbow crack when you tensed. You need to get more mobile, mate.
I know.
Alright, this next bit is how Zach taught me to do muscle ups. I couldn't do any. I went from 0 to 5.
Alright, so we've got green, purple and black bands. The green will give you the most support, purple a little bit less support, and the black even less support. Alright, so in my gym, I won't normally let people do ring muscle ups until they can do a band that's even lesser than the one Leon's doing. Is that a thin one? No. Yeah, so we have a
red. There is reds too, mate, over there.
Reds. Ah, perfect. So, just a general rule, if they can't do this exercise with a red band, they normally won't try a muscle up. Alright, it's just because it's insane. These rings are a little bit high, so jump into it. Make sure you maintain that false grip. Alright, hands over. Okay, so legs straight. You're going to pull to your chest and then head through. Same again. False grip. Pull. Head through. Alright, when you're in this dip position, you've got to make sure you pull those rings in tight. If not, when you're at the top of the rings will just fall out and you'll just drop through the rings.
What's super important on this, and if you're trying to learn ring muscle ups, is that when you pull in, you pull to your sternum, you pull to your midline, and you come round. If you keep your hands super wide, the turnover's hard. You want to get to your sternum so you can get the top of your body over the rings and put yourself into that position. So if you're struggling with ring muscle ups, do this drill that Zach said and really pull towards your sternum and round.
Let's go. Come on, dude. Be confident. Oh! That's well easy.
Well done, buddy.
What a fucking feeling. Oh, yeah. Alright, so John's really good at handstand walking. So lean on the PPZ pipe, man. Oh, sorry. Alright, I'm going to walk with him. When we're done, push him back. Alright? So obviously, because John's good at handstand walk, he can hold it freestand. A little bit further back, bro.
Yeah, go on,
yes, go on.
Yeah, first time. Good job.
Nice. Easy. Oh, look at that. There we go. Beautiful. All day.
Good job. We've got a foam rock.
Okay. Hold it. Nice.
so hot. Oh! Alright, Catherine. That's insane! I'm so glad I had the camera on.
Okay, you just crushed me on those handstands, that was incredible. Last little Waterford days of sprint workout. The guys doing 20 calorie rows, 20 thrusters, break for 2 minutes, 6 rounds. We're doing air bike and burpees over bar, same format.
Female advanced, you do 15. Beginners, you'll do 10. Alright, you drop the thrusters from 20 to 15. RX for the thrusters, 80 kilos for guys, 50 female. 42.5 for guys, and then 30 for female. First things.
Boom, crushed it.
Boom.
I'm proud of you, really.
That was really good.
Did you
I
enjoy
think
that?
everyone, I loved it. Everyone really enjoyed it as well, which is good.
Brilliant, you're really good. Had a lot of fun in that.
We just finished up. Massive thank you to everyone that came. We want to get Jendrick in because it was him that made this happen. He just dropped us. We came over for the Open, for regionals with Zach, and he just dropped us individually. Each message said, "Boys, would you come over and do a seminar?" And we're like, "Sure." This wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Jendrick. And what I love, this box that he's got here has like 400 members. It's incredible. 2 years ago, he was in a place down the road which had 2 air bikes and just had nothing. And all this is from him being just a nice guy and doing things the right way, you saw how lovely it was. The fact that we turned up and he got me and Leon baby grows, like for our babies at Unbroken. It's just things like that. He's just a good dude. So I want to say thank you to him on camera so you guys can see him.
Jendrick,
The main man.
I was just singing your praises. We want to say a massive thank you to you, and thanks again for having us in the box. Guys,
If you're ever in Berlin, make sure you come to CrossFit Grenzgänger. I was telling the guys earlier what the name means about kind of breaking barriers and crossing borders. So yeah, make sure when you're in Berlin, you come here, you ask for Jendrick, and you come and do a good sweaty workout here.
You're all welcome.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Sonny, get that floss down.
So what? I got the energy to go that fast.
Leon's little face comes out. He gets so excited. Smashed it, boy.